and put the beat in between it. Hey. Yo, what's up guys? Welcome to another episode of Whip It Up Wednesdays, where I document my music making process, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Hopefully you learn something, hopefully you enjoy yourself, and hopefully you find some inspiration. If you haven't already, be sure to like the video, leave a comment. If you like my stuff, subscribe. I put out 2 beats a week, and I try to make one of these cooking videos every Wednesday. So, with that, let's get into what I have for today. So I think what I'm gonna try and do is make an R&B soul beat using a couple of samples I found on Splice. Got this. It's like this lo-fi intro loop thing. It's pretty cool. And we got this. It's just kind of the bass because I don't want to spend a long time looking for the bass. Got a piano that matches and a Rhodes. So all together, so I think one of the first things I want to do is I don't want this to be lo-fi, so I'm going to cut out that top end. So here we don't hear that crackling anymore. All that crackling belongs to the higher frequencies. I want to spice up the percussion. Let's do these. Yes. It's like who's seen that God, what it's the theme, it's like the theme song from George Lopez. Lowrider. I like these are cool. So I think what I'm gonna try, I'm gonna make these two. I'm gonna add a direction mixer. Yes. And I want it to move back and forth, so I'm gonna press A and go down here. Direction mixer. I want to change the direction. Just gonna add some holding points. So it kind of goes back and forth between the left and right. Gives it a little more motion, more dynamic. Okay. Let's see what instruments I'm gonna use here for this. I'll try to make an R&B song. Let's try and go with that. That's good. Use that. Throw that in the sampler. This is just the drum machine designer. And I'm just clicking this and I'm just dragging my samples in. So I know I'm gonna want a snare of some sort. This will be snare 2. I want a clap. Oh, you know who has good claps? Kyle Beats. I downloaded his Andromeda pack for free when he was doing a promotional thing. I think it still might be free. Check out his channel, it's super cool. I'm sure you know his channel already, everyone does. But he has good claps, right? That first one, that's it. Boom. We're gonna need shakers and a hi-hat. Because this is R&B, bro. There we go. Put the shaker in there. Not too much. Whoa. Alright, I'm good. Oh, that's sick. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna bring this empty kit down here to my second screen so I can see it. Do the shaker. Kind of get a couple in there. Press Q, quantize. I might change those later. Oh, let me show y'all what here we go. simple. Like that, press Q. Repetitious thing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to continue the pattern for the hi-hats. I'm going to just Control T to trim, hold down Options, drag that over, select all, Command J. I think I'm going to redo the shakers. Hey, it's coming up pretty cool. This might have to go a little higher. I'm gonna rename everything right now just really quick because this is driving me crazy. Kick, shaker, lap, there too, hats, drums, okay. Trying to get the kick drum to hit at the same time as the bass and the piano. Fourth measure. Ooh. It's already coming together nicely. There we go. So I'm just going to take these. I'm going to hold down Shift and Option so I get all their velocities to be the same. I want their velocities to be like 70. Oh, it's pretty R&B-ish, right? It's like soulful R&B-ish. Yeah. So I want these cymbals or the crash because it's not going to signal the beginning of the phrase. I'm going to have something else for that. I'm going to use this as more of an accent on each of the hits of the piano. There we go. Cue that out. Take this crash. We'll just fade this out a little bit. Now I'll fade the sample out so it's not in everyone's face all the damn time. I hate it when the crashes are too much. I hate songs that just go overboard like that. This would not be an R&B song without wind chimes. I'm gonna bring the wind chimes in on the side. Hey, there we go. Adjusting some of the levels on the drums. Let's do like an impact. So I want that impact to kind of complement the wind chimes. You always want something sitting on top of the mix and sitting below the mix. If you just have one or the other, it feels kind of empty. See? But together. And then put the beat in between it. Hey. Like this a lot. Let's get the color right. So, this might be like, Chris, there's only 4 bars. What do you mean the beat's finished? And I mean that to say is I got the main idea of what the beat would sound like. So now I can just worry about arrangement. So I press G to open up this little menu right here. Press Option apostrophe to label this, call this the intro. Do this again. This will be the chorus, because I like having the beats tell you exactly what's going on right at the beginning. And I think I'll just start with just this. I think I'm going to start EQing everything, just so it sounds a little smoother. I want to enjoy this. Cut out the top. The Rode sits lower in the mix. The Rode sits lower in the mix, so it's going to be dominating these frequencies between like 200 to 500. Let it breathe. I want to give it more of those higher ones. I don't want them fighting for the frequencies. The wind chimes right on the top. I don't want any of that bleeding in. There we go. George Lopez, bells going on. So I'm still cutting off a little bit of the top, so when I end up compressing everything and bringing up all the volumes later, I don't bring up these higher frequencies because that can get pretty harsh on the ears. I'm just cutting out all the sub frequencies so it doesn't get muddy at the bottom. Kick. Cut out the sub frequencies. Boost at 100. Yeah, I think this is done. This first one. So for the verse, I'm going to immediately cut out the bass, cut out the kick, cut out. What do I want to do? I'm going to drag in one of Ocean's, it's from Ocean's Self-Isolation drum kit. I'm going to drag in some hi-hat midis because I am feeling lazy today. So I'm just going to drag that in there. Do not insert the tempo. Beautiful. I think it fits perfectly. Thank you, Ocean. Let's see if we can copy that for the second part of the verse. Cool. So I just need a fill. There we go. Congas. Congas are really fun. I feel like it's really like R&B-esque. There we go. Ooh, it's coming out nice. Need some vocal chops to sit on top of this. Thought it was done. It's not done. See what it sounds like. Quick sampler. There we go. There we go. So I'm gonna chop this part because I really like what I did here. Split the nuts on here. And I'm gonna just chop this one, split the nuts on here. Delete that one. I just want to bring this back around, join that up. Oh, this is so damn good. Hey, shoot. Well, I think I'm going to call it for now, and I'm gonna come back later, mix it up, see if I have any more ideas, and yeah. What's up, guys? I'm back, and I just changed a couple of things in the mix. Not too much though. I changed the velocities of the vocal chops. Some of the parts hit a little harder than other parts, so I turned up the velocities on the quieter portions of the sample and turned down the velocities on the louder portions of the sample, so it sounds like this. So it can roughly stay the same volume for each of those notes. And I added a little bit of distortion to the bass, just to make it pop. And I took some of the percussion instruments out of the first part of the verse. Just figured it'd be more powerful if it's just the claps and the perks. Super smooth. So all I really need to do to finish this up is add the reverb and delay. So I'm gonna create a bus. Name this reverb. I like Space Designer. We're gonna do R&B, so let's do a plate reverb. R&B plate, perfect. I like adding. Too much reverb, then dialing it back. So I'm just adding reverb to each of the tracks. Now I just want to add delay too. Bus 3, I'm going to change this, call it delay. So just adding the delay kind of just fills up any of the empty space in the mix. I mean, the mix is already kind of busy, but I like giving it that dreamy effect. So now it's a little more full, it has the reverb and delay. Nice. So let's copy this whole thing with the automation data for those George Lopez bells. And now what I want is another chorus. Keep that over a couple times. This one's going to be the bridge, maybe the outro. So I'm going to change the rhythm of the bridge by changing the claps. I want them to all hit on the 3 instead of on the 2 and 4. That gives it like this breakdown feel. Oh yeah, there we go. Let's do some triplets, 16th notes. Add some automation to make it a little more fun. So what I'm doing is changing this high cut filter. So this changes with these times. There we go. I think that's all I'll do for the bridge. I'm not going to do anything too crazy. So I'm just going to compress the drum. So before this compressor, everything's sitting at around 3.6. Actually, before I compress anything, I'm going to bring up the entire mixer by pressing Command 2. And I'm noticing that everything's hitting at around 0.9 decibels. So it's a little too loud for my taste. So I want to just take everything, turn it down, except the bass. I want that one to pop. Okay, everything's still a little too loud. Turn down everything except the bass. There we go. So now everything is kind of at, it's peaking at -2. So it gives me a little bit of headroom to master it later. So this is at -9.1. I'm gonna add this compressor, turn on Type U Type Kit. And it makes the drums way more crisp. I'm also going to compress these bells. Before the compressor, I just turn it off. It's around -18.3. I want to have the same compressor because it's still the percussion. I want to make sure it has the same effect. Beautiful. Just needs to be tagged and mastered now. 74, 57, 74, back to 74. So now I could stick these guys. Turn on my tag settings. It's right there. It's right there. Turn on my tag settings. Next, these two. Tag. Color. Okay, this is fire. I don't want to squish everything too much. I'm just adding a compressor over the entire. So I'm just going to boost this up until I'm reducing 5 decibels. Okay. If you've gotten to this point in the video, I thank you very much. If you enjoyed what you saw, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, let me know your favorite part. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Sagala, whip it up.